hello. Hello everyone. Hello Danikun. Hello Bumfluff. Grats on first. Hello Diva. Hello Orsanil. How you guys doing? Hello. If there's a recap, you passed out last Ace Attorney? Trying to think about what happened. Hello tubers. Why can't I remember what happened? You have an iced tea and the top of it is a bear. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Hello Herbal, how are you? Yeah, we finished that last case. But how did it end? What the fuck? Why can't I remember how it ended? We're on the final case now. How did it end? I can't remember! Why can't I remember? You're well, happy to catch your stream? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you coming to hang out. Probably an unfortunate time zone for you, but I appreciate when people can come hang out. It was the wife and the husband, but I can't remember the specifics on how it happened. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, no, Diva, you were there for it. The policeman that was on the date, it was an accident. It was an accident. But the maid wife did it. Yeah, yeah. She was throwing things and a knife fell out of the window and stabbed the woman as she bent down to go get a book. But then the policeman moved the body thinking she was dead because he didn't want her on his jurisdiction area. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it ended. I just couldn't remember the specifics. I knew like who did it, but I couldn't remember how it happened. Made it earlier tonight to tonight's stream. Ah, how you doing, gorgeous Frankenstein? Yeah, so we're on the final case tonight. I'm really excited. Very exciting. Why am I facing the wrong way? Am I facing the wrong way? There we go. Yeah. Sorry I'm a little late. You can probably see I have 2% battery on my Switch. It was like completely drained and I had to wait fucking 10 minutes for it to actually start up. Oh. Bumfluff just came in. He got some tea from some tea place nearby. And he just showed me that apparently there is whole bits of fruit inside it, like whole ass watermelon. And now I'm opening up my tea so I can have a look. What's the point? Because it's like it's got a lid on it. It's also got like the bubble tea seal on it. Hang on, I have to take it off. They've got multiple layers to get into this thing, but it's got a whole ass fucking piece of fruit in it. Whoa, it's like a massive piece of watermelon. I want to eat this. A what? Oh, the Coca-Cola Salad? We do not speak of this. Wow, see, I expected it to be like a drink with, like, all these fruits in the liquid, but technically the whole pieces of fruit in the liquid. Lemon, lime, orange, passion fruit, watermelon. Hello Kentra. And Nova, hello. You missed me. Why would you miss me? Is it because I didn't stream yesterday? No, I'm just eating fruit. Sorry, guys. If I don't eat it now, then I'll have to interrupt the story to eat it. Oh, I'm sorry, Nova. Watermelon good. It's making you absurdly happy. It'd be a bit inconvenient if you, I don't know, didn't open it up and didn't realize. Wanted to make some cheesy pasta and some fried chicken tendies, but you got lazy. You should make it, Danny Kun. That sounds good. That sounds very good. But yeah, so this is apparently the last case of this game. We have the second game, but I'll probably place something in between this one and the next one if I decide to play the second. Have a bit of a break of Ace Attorney. Seeing as I'm also playing Ace Attorney 2 on Maho's channel with her. Might have a break from Ace Attorney for a little bit. I do know what I'm gonna play next though. Which I'm kind of excited about. I don't know if I should announce it yet. It's only exciting to me though. No one else will care. No one will fucking know what this game is. You wanna know? Alright. Yeah, Bumfluff cares. Hello, Wild Rose and Joe. How are you guys doing? Alright. Let's find... Whoa. It's already capturing my Firefox. That's kind of funny. Let me hide that. Just make it fit. Why is it so long? All right, let me quickly find this game. I'll show you the cover. I'll show you the cover of this game, and it will sell it to you. Just the cover. Thank you for the host, Wild Rose. Is Sherm's gonna be in this chapter? I hope so. Alright, here we go. Here's the next game that I'll play after Ace Attorney. What do you guys think? Does it intrigue you? I fucking love this cover. It looks interesting. I don't know anything about it. Like, I've played maybe an hour or two, but like I don't hear anyone speak about this game. Nothing. But I fucking want to play it. I want to play it. It looks amazing. You're so ready? You're quitting the internet? Why, Nova? How come? You don't like this game? Yeah, this game, from what I've played like, I don't know, 2 hours or something of it. It's bizarre. Doing okay, just ready to be done with all the junk we've been having to deal with since your mum passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. Your body is ready, let's go. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this. It's actually by the studio who made Hotel Dusk, This is their first project. So I hope that sells it a bit more too. Because I fucking love Hotel Dusk. But this game is really cooked. Now don't take it the wrong way, but you kind of want to feel the main character's forehead in your hand. I understand, Herbal. I just love this cover. It's absolutely perfect. I'd love an official copy of this game. Just for the cover. I love it so much. Alright. We should actually play some Ace Attorney. Cause we're on the last case. Hang on, I have fruit stuck in my straw. I'm just gonna mute for a second so I can try and get it out. Alright. This iced tea cup feels reusable. It does. It feels like a one of those plastic cups you get in the cinema that are like part of the movie deal ones that, you know, it's like a themed cup. Feels like them. And it has a really cute bear topper thing. I love it. I love it so much. Put the lid back on. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so that game will be my Monday and Tuesday night streams. Friday's still gonna be like shorter games, I think. I'll probably do more longer games on the Monday, Tuesdays. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Wait, which one am I selecting? Does highlighted mean I'm selected it? Probably. Yes, okay. I got my brain confused for a second. The game cover got you in orbit. Count of the Baskervilles.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us.
Doggy.
A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames.
It's Missile. It's going to be Missile, the
pant and
detective
hideous
dog.
howl. So terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
I don't think I've ever actually heard the original Baskervilles, Hound of the Baskervilles storybook thing. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into in the day we arrived in the country. And in Saseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until I was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Whoa. Is that the name of his office? Very cute. Knock, knock, knock. Aww. That morning, I was awoken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Is she alright? Did I get to hear the telegram? Oh no. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. Ahem. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I'm sus. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I suppose Saseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? How long in between these cases was it? It only said the date, but I couldn't remember the date of what the last case was that we just did. Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or just be a few days away. Okay, so... like, I think they said it took them 50 days to get from Japan to England, so I guess it's been a little while. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Saseki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks? The Reaper? Yes, I can't help but wondering if seasickness would have held to insignificance in that case. Into insignificance in that case. Just check something, sorry. Alright. What is it they say? That no one who stands on the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Saseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the City of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean that he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zix hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spat of trials? Spat? I guess. Just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. We can look at their room. Yay. We've only been in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy it up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer. Ah, the Daruma doll that I bought with me from home, still with only one eye coloured in. I said I'd colour the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm lacking as a lawyer. I'll tell you what, why don't you colour the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. Well, I guess it's not coloured in right this second, so I guess she doesn't think I'm a lawyer. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is a paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? I would like a green tea cake. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, sir. Why do they have a shovel? Spade has been here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. Oh my god. This is a stepladder versus ladder argument. Amazing. No, spades are for digging. It's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's just leave it. God, I hope that comes back. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah. No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. I want to know what it is! Tell me! My desk is very cute. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Interesting they called them prawns. Does the UK call them prawns? I don't know. Or are they shrimps in the UK? I'm not sure. You know, if I've never seen inside your room there, Susuru-san. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. Where's my room? I want to see Naruhodo's room. Where does he go? Where is his sleep? Where is his sleeping space? Alright, I guess that's it. What does it smell like? I need to know. You would like a sleeping space? How are you, Maho? How are you going with your vaccine? Morning, Reno. Morning, Susie. The fuck is this music? I'll see you, Hairball. You're dying? No, Maho. Please look after yourself. I heard once you've had your third, you're locked into the government control cycle. Can someone tell me what this music is? You high-key love it. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Reno? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Oh my god, it's actually in-game. Yeah, is it actually Sharms? I think it is Nova. Ah, yes. You noticed that, didn't you? Oh, such talent. We stan. We stan this king. Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sharms. Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sharms? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Oh, damn this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. Oh, I'm afraid I don't understand. It is a whole mood. Well, Aris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. Insipid? I don't know what that is. If it's not too much trouble. Meow. Cat. Oh my god, it's the cat. Wagga hi. Cat. Cat. It's what's his name? Our last client's cat. Good morning, boy. Wow. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. How did it get there? Dull, boring, lacking taste. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've never heard that word. Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Aris. Ugh. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Oh, King, please cheer up. I knew something looked different. Comes the cat. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. 17 months. That is many, many months now. Thank you so much. Something's missing for Mr. Sherm's desk. You sexually identify as Sherms? He has a whole mood. I'm gonna look what's everything. These are all mementos of Mr. Sherm's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnivore would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, the mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection. Looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. No favoritism there at all. Many taxi months. Yeah, Iris's outfit is so nice. He is very cute. The fire's burning comfortingly in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting. Is it supposed to mean something to me? Why did I get an achievement? Why did I get an achievement for that? I'm curious. Is there a way to view your achievements? I don't know how to view them. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How'd you come to that conclusion? There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry, apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help but feeling a whole lot is going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? This looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism there, then. My god, she is shrimping. Alright. Look at Mr. Sherden's desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. So what's going on, Shermsy? What's going on? Talk to Iris. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as our hearts of the muses. Oh, she has him! Oh, that's so cute! I'm gonna get a pet cat and name it Wagyu. If Mr. Natsume has no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could, but pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason, terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. It's so cute. Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you notice? You're observant, Runo. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it Cat Flapper Mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it on any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have just been quicker to just make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? One, please? Yes. Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door to our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, fucking Fortnite updated. Hell yeah. I don't even play Fortnite on my Switch. Hehehe. I have no idea, Bumfluff. I have no idea. I didn't even know it was doing that. Alright. King, what's wrong? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like dawn chorus. Its melissonant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even, though the night I have endeavoured to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully will withdraw it. Oh dear. Why is it happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin... If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left? Fluff, did you end up eating dinner? If not, can you please put it away? Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? You can intersect, that's all good. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... Your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Mr. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale in insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytiscope? That's at Windybank's now. Sorry? It's at Windybank? No, Windybank's. The pawnbrokery. Pawn? What? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. He is broke. Why is he broke? But isn't it an important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I would have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear Madame, things are far from desperate. You're about to sugar daddy Sholmes. Yeah, when she cries, Diva, it's so cute. It makes me really sad. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. Is it? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbrokering works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? You want to give him a hug? Me too. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbrokering works? Oh god, no, yawning started already, it's too early. To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily throughout the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn. Should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Wendybank's, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. So wait, what happens if the thing gets bought by someone else? Oh, what was that? Bugger hide? No. Hey Vernon, how are you? How's it going? I'm doing well, thank you. Just starting the last case. I think it's the last case of the first Great Ace Attorney. Yeah. How are you? Doing good? Nice. What was that? Oh no. Wagahai's tangled up in your violin. I think he thinks it's a toy. No, what is he doing to it? Oh dear. Mr. Sherm's precious violin. Why should I care? Yeah, it is exciting. I'm excited to see the conclusion of it. What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is more accomplished musician than I. Oh my god. No, we have to cheer him up. Mr. Sherms really is in poor spirits, isn't he? You love him, Diva. I wish I could give him a hug. Well, anyway, I put it back to where it lives, shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. We examine. There. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius? Stradivarius? I don't know. I assume that's it. One of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Yeah. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down in a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. God, he speaks quiet. How honourable of you. And until today, it's been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I've ever made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No. There is none. Mr. Sholmes. What, dear madame? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Does it? Hmm? What do you mean, Mr. Sato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes. The tone of the wood is completely different. That's not at all. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, that's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? Oh my god, that fucking animation! He just fucking collapsed backwards. These 4 characters here saved the game, yeah. This bitch doesn't even know about violas. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right. You were quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then? Wait till I tell him about the cello. Lose his goddamn mind. I love Hurlock, he's so good. He's like the best character in this game. Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Alright, we will ask her. Where did it go? Solve the mystery for me. Himbo look. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this violin... Sorry, this viola, I mean. Was at Windybanks until last week. At the pawnbrokers? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea. I don't think it works like that. Hello, Lapsod, how are you? Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. He is such a himbo. Sure, a fine state of affairs it is, and why I say, Mr. Naruhodo. Lapsod's eating sausage rolls? Whoa. Never trust a pawnbroker, they will try and fiddle you every time. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault. He says he's good, that's good. I'm glad you're good, Lapsod. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Fressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Miss Susato. Without a moment's delay. They're gonna be running out with toast in their mouths, aren't they? But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. I want bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your egg even more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. I eat vegetarian bacon, Nova, like meat substitute bacon. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. Baker Street, a bustling London street in which can be found Mr. Sholmes' office and Winterbank's pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby too. Whoa, the pawnbrokery is like on our street. This place is closed. Look at all the different things in the window of the shop. Ah, that's Winterbank's, the pawnbrokery. Looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it? Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather unapproachable, personally. It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable. You're getting a McFlurry and shake delivered. Yum! Does HelloFresh have vegetarian alternatives? I think only once they've given us like a meat substitute food, which was like a mince. But normally they just do like tofu. Like if they're going to do a... Wait, no, they gave us some kind of plant-based tendies as well. I think they're the only two things we've ever gotten. We've only gotten one of them each once. They were fine. The mince, I think, was really salty or something. I don't know. I wasn't a super fan of it. Like, I think it overpowered the meal. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo. Anything else? Oh, here's our place. It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this. Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. What's the point of going out here if there's nothing here? Guess we'll go into the pawnbrokery. 15th of April, Winterbank's pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susudo-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. I can't wait to scour the shelf. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we're here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. He's ready to fight. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. I want to look around though. There is a doggy picture. I want to see the dog. What are you doing, my dear fellows? We are not here to browse for interesting curios. You have to come and teach this broker a lesson. I want to see the dog picture, please. Whose dog is that? Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items. It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windybank first before you can explore here, Mr. Sato. Damn. Alright, what you got for us? Sausage rolls were good? Nice! Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it, and it's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. He fucking ran off. What? Why have you got a gun? No! What the fuck? Why? Why is the music so happy? What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? It's trigger warning. Yeah, sorry everyone. The animations in this game, yeah. Him running off was pretty good though. I shall have to take my own life. Yeah, look at him fucking standing like a Danganronpa character. I hate that pose of Sholmes so much. I don't think that would be necessary, do you? If I may just say one more thing before I pop off. Oh my god. Calm down, sir. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. I don't know, Danikon. I don't know what you've come back to. E. Sorry. As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, ah, here it is. You did? And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. Oh my god, Sholmes, you are the biggest himbo. It's sometimes impossible to give content warnings for things like this, but as always, if anyone feels uncomfortable, please feel safe to leave. Yes, what Bumfluff said. Yeah, I can't, because things are spoiler free and blind playthroughs, you know, first playthrough things, I can't give content warnings. Like, you don't expect something like this to happen in an Ace Attorney game. And yeah. Oh wait, no, that was gonna pop up, yeah. Very difficult to address every issue as much depth as it deserves when live on stream. Yes, exactly. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly on my own door for allowing you to leave. So, I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, no, no. I'm sorry, but that animation of Sholmes fucking falling backwards is perfect. It's just... I love that animation. No, 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 stop, my dear fellow. The fault is all mine. Windybank, calm down, please. Now, I don't think this guy should own a gun. Ew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? Haha, I do believe you may be right, sir. Ha 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 ha. Why are you fucking laughing? Either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes, or some such. Oh my, a new, fully fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean? Ah, forgive me. My god, is this guy's gimmick? Is just holding a gun to his head? I don't really like that. Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Suzuto-san's really fired up now. It's really cursed. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windibank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do. But I am confident that it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life. This is all very strange. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha, but for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colours are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say. Oh my, 5 guineas you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I praise their items and offer them proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense? Why do I feel like I'm not pronouncing that right? Is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Windibank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually, says the man who was telling us it was a good day to die this morning. Let us not forget that we have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windibank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windibank? What was that deep sigh about? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are just 2 below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. Astute? It is indeed a camera, furnished with some hundred pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, this camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Whoa. Hey Drone Fox, how are you? You got the Natural Confectionery Company's Fruity Chews and there's never enough of your favorite flavors. I always hate like getting like mixed flavor things because there's a lot of flavors I really don't like. He's very sexy. I think everyone agrees Shrooms is like the biggest himbo. I love him. Yeah, I have an example I can show you. Oh my god, it's color photos as well. There's the dog! I love the dog! Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a specialty type of film so sensitive it produces crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. Amazing. Good, you wanted to download a game on Xbox, but it said no, so you hate Xbox now. Oh no. How are you? I'm well, I'm good. Gothic Kenzie, thank you for the follow. Shrooms is so ahead of his time. I know. He's big brain. Can you have some of that film? Yeah, right? Like, fucking smartphones can't take photos in the dark. Eramanga's back? Like another season of anime? I don't know how I feel about that. So you see, there was someone to So you see, were someone to enter the... Oh, you mean my alert? If that upsets people, I can remove it. I was just collecting all anime girl dancey things. I can get rid of that if you'd like, Nova. I understand. Need to go back to study, so lurk mode activated. That's all good. Have a good study. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. Summarily exposed? You have so many Kathbana photos. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then, what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say, that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank? Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh but 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of that film will break me before I'm much older. It's a cute dance. Yeah, that's what I figure. Like, it's just... It's a cute anime girl, doesn't mean I approve of the anime that it's from. Concocted a master plan to teach kindergartner to buy Fruity Chews in bulk. Then have children filter through the ones you don't like and keep the ones you do like. So they can eat the ones you don't like. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Shrooms, allow me to return your precious violin. If the pawnbrokery is like 2 shops down from Shrooms' office, why did he just not bring it? Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try and pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Windybank. Been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruhodo. Now we can explore at last. Let me see the dog photo, please. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That's not what I want to look at. It leads to the storage room where Mr. Windybank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. Ah, I see. There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommended or not, it's not something I tend to do. There is but one key and Mr. Windybank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. How on earth do you know that, Mr. Sholmes? I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder. The prime suspect if this pawnbrokery is ever burgled. Currently in pawn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How are you doing in Animal Crossing, Maho? Look at this. What could this lovely, big, shiny box be? That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such a thing in your own country? Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. No, it's not my fault. It's the game. Shall we listen a while? Oh, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. You'd say whose idea was to play the game, but chat voted on it, so you'd just be shooting yourself in the foot. Did chat vote on this game? What were the other options? I can't even remember. I can't remember. It's been so long. Oh, the original trilogy or this. That's right, Danikun. That's right. It's been so long. This particular specimen is of a larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. Danikun has big brain. It holds many information. There is a metal disc inside which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness. What a simply delightful machine. That's okay, Maho. If you need any more, let me know. Indeed, though, their popularity was waned recently, with the development of the gramophone, of course. Ah. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. I enjoy your work, Vernon. What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never. It embodies my student spirit. Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What are you looking at? What you're looking at is a stereoscope. How much does our main character get paid for his job? I have no idea. He's only had 2 cases while he's been in London. And it's been like 2 months since his last case, so I don't think he's getting paid except for what the Japanese government gave him. A stereoscope. Fascinating. It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepiece and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you would need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see. At once. Alright then. I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. To do these things, I've never had to go cross-eyed. When everyone says, oh, you just go cross-eyed to see it, I've never had to go cross-eyed. It sounds awful to do, going cross-eyed. Like, I can't go cross-eyed. I can't go cross-eyed. I don't know. Maybe I'm already cross-eyed? Oh god. But yeah, like, I've always done it as, like, you hold it to... This is a bit too big on my screen. If this was on the Switch screen, I could probably do it, but, like, on my monitor, it's way too big to do. But what I do is, like, it works on your screen. I can't get it to go... I can't get it to, I can't get it to go, far enough for myself on my screen. If it was on the Switch screen, like on the actual little screen, I could do it. Yeah, see, I've never had to go cross-eyed. What I do is, like, instead of looking at the picture, I look, like, to the distance of it, and it, like, it crosses them over that way. Like, you look further than the image. I don't cross my eyes or anything. And, like, I used to have, like, books of these things that, like, you know, that's way less nauseating. Yeah, I don't understand why people are like, oh, you have to cross your eyes. You just look further than the image and it does it itself. I'm pretty sure we've had this argument, Bumfluff, and you're like, no, you have to cross your eyes. I'm like, no, you don't. Yeah, you lose your focus. You lose your focus or something. You look further than the image. You definitely don't need to go cross-eyed. It makes it so much more difficult. You need to go for a walk and think about your life. Yeah, it really annoys me when people say, oh, you have to go cross-eyed for that, because that sounds so unpleasant. Going cross-eyed hurts your eyes. It's awful. I don't do it. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. It's exactly what going cross-eyed does, but it's painful looking past the image. Isn't painful. Yeah, exactly. Like, going cross-eyed hurts, like, your eye muscles. Like, that's awful. Whereas like if you just relax your vision, it kind of things start to double. Like no doubt people have experienced that when you're kind of just staring off into nothing. You just stare at nothing and things are out of focus, and this is exactly the same way as you do it. You just kind of lose the focus of your eyes and see past the image, kind of. Man, this drink is so good. I kind of want to eat the orange slices that are in it. You do it literally every day at work. It's so bad. Yeah, I do it all the time. What'd you get? Okay, it's a premium fruit green tea. It has I think it's got lemon, lime, orange, passion fruit, and watermelon in it. It was so good. Yeah, there was a little bit left. I've still got a tiny bit more. It's mostly fruit down the bottom though. It's really tasty. Yeah, it had like whole ass chunks of fruit in it. Like it had like a whole little piece of watermelon that I ate before. Yeah, we had half sugar. It was good. It was definitely sweet enough. Yeah, we got it delivered. The cup is really cute. I'll take a photo of it after stream. And I'll show you. Why are people meddling with such black magic? It's no magic, my dear madame. It's, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Please explain it for Susato. She wants to know. She wants to know. Can't wait until tomorrow after you finish this one assignment. How much more do you have left, Diva? I may see if I can get a boba on your way from getting Chris later. Yeah! Do it! Do it! I would have gotten pearls in it, but I think this tea, because it's got so many like whole fruit bits in it, I think the pearls would have been too much. Like it would have just been bits inside it entirely. And also I did just have dinner, and pearls tend to fill you up heaps. Is anyone actually going to Supernova? You want to see cosplayers but you're not in a social mood currently? I'm not going. I think a lot of people have boycotted Supernova due to reasons that I don't feel like going into on stream. Just know that the owner of it is a very bad person, that's all. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. I feel like this is going to come in handy with the cameras or something. If you want to see cosplays, follow some cosplay instas. Yeah. I guarantee there'll probably be people who will go and they'll have like Instagram stories and stuff like that you can vicariously experience Supernova through. Yeah. Definitely. Like, I hope more people boycott it. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank. And who was it who walked down here with the wrong violin before? Well, the agreed storage period has passed without repayment. Articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Winterbank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. Look at the dog! That catches my eye the most. This revolver here. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed bellying? I don't know that word. Of his portly size. Oh, you don't mean he'd... 1800s are wild. Blow his brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder. Oh my. But in any case, of course we'd never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? I want the Scully boy. I would like that, please. I think I've looked at everything. Alright. Oh, except for him. We can talk to him. Nope. We've spoken to him. Alright, I guess we're done there. Guess we go out to Baker Street. Nope. Alright, guess we go home. Let's get Naruhodo his food! Please eat, King. Where do we go? Did we miss something in here? Surely we've missed something. Maybe there's something out here that we didn't look at. I don't know. I'm confused. No one's around. Do we have anything for record? Nope, just my armband. You have anything else to say? Oh, here we go. What to do? Can it really be that we've been in Great Britain for 2 months already? Yes, it's gone by in a flash, hasn't it? And what an English gentleman you trailed off there, Susato-san. I'm so sorry. When I thought it through, I realized it's not at all true, actually. I simply don't feel any Britishness has really rubbed off on you. Nor you, to be honest. Well, that's obviously because... Yes, I know. Without a doubt, it's your kimono. It most certainly stands out. I do adore the attire of English ladies. It's quite delightful. But somehow, I just don't feel ready to abandon my Japanese dress just yet. I wonder how Susato-san would look in Western clothes. That'd be interesting to see. Well, that didn't tell me anything to do. It didn't explain nothing. Susato only has one kimono. Okay. I can't look at that. Whoops, I didn't fucking mean to do it again. I present you this. Take that. It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish his armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength. Through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. Aww. Aww. I miss Kazuma so much, I'm gonna cry again. I'm gonna cry again. Your husband. I love him so much. Feel like shit, just want him back. There's fucking nothing! We can't even present him anything. Is this something that I've just completely missed? Oh, this fucking thing. Look at this. Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah. There's a small catch just here, look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back the way it was before. Hmm? What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. Fucking that thing that's like right down the bottom that I failed to look at. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over there by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? Oh, is this the what was her name? The that teenage girl from the third trial. 20-year anniversary! Wow, congrats! That's very awesome. I've seen all I need to see, young girl. It is her! Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial two months ago. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowns, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Gordon Bennett, you lot. I like her. Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Oh, what? You remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel. Sorry, coat, Avia. What's this about? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? A good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah, Mr. Sholmes. So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I'll happily remove myself from your presence. He just fades out. Fades out into the abyss. He's really done it. He's fucking faded out of reality. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is the thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo. Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Winterbank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Oops. Mr. Winterbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Is it for that music player? Ah, this is a music disc, you see. For use inside a music box. A music box? What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played in the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going. Beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Oh, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never mind you. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money. I know it is. Well then, you have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Ah. He's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion? I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. A storage ticket, so... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff worth what needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight, but as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. What? What's wrong with that? If it fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn, if the girl and I can agree on a price. I'm confused. I thought you said Mr. Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? You mean this disc? Then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. Give it up, I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this definitely is all rather suspicious. Out of my way, please. Surely he had a surely the pawnbroker would have record of whose ticket it is. Hello? Whomst? Who is this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There's no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. Another hottie? I think he's cursed. I think he's gonna be cursed, Nova. I am sus. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Yeah, he's fucking cursed. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you're an imprudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Eh? Who are you? How'd you know who I am? Question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker? Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pickpocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was, now it's mine. Is that Jojo? Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes, I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Miss Lestrade, what that gentleman saying? What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God. You're kicking with Van Zieg's leg? It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little guttling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Sorry. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself, those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Gah. Honestly, the coat doesn't look like it'd fit him either. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on, what? Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one. I'm sorry, but no one's gonna believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I stole something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what? Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need to only consult Mr. Winterbank's ledger to know the truth. Yeah, exactly! He should fucking know! Why is he accusing it? I feel like she's telling the truth. I feel like, while it's probably not her father's or hers, it's not this guy's. I don't think it's this guy's. Maybe. I don't know. Because that coat doesn't look like it fits him either. Maybe he's just as dodgy and stole it himself. Maybe he stole it from someone else. Because he knows that it's got something valuable in it. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Oh. I never ask customers' name. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's... Professor. It really is like JoJo poses. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without a doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Wendybank. Just as I explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep that activity secret. Fucking Shom's just hanging out looking at the what was it called? I forget what that thing's called already. He's like a little child. I love him. Like he's so endearing. It wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all. Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. You want to give him hugs? So wait, Gina could have picked it up with the watchword as well, though. Like, how does that work? In many ways, it's like a secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of the deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir. But, ow. Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt. But she should have given the watchword as well. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. So clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. What the fuck? Its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you're a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotaba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Eggert Benedict. Why? Enchanté. He's so refined on how he holds himself and how he speaks, but the name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. Why he do this? My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with a style to carry it off. Gah. Every move he makes, every breath he takes. Can't stand watching him. Do loves eggs, Benny? I don't think I've ever had it before. Oh, it does fit him. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. Why he do this? I do like eggs, but please don't call me Benny. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. Oh god. This is why I ate grown-ups. Just cause I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Salmon eggs Benny. Is salmon common with eggs Benedict? Just this one? Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc? Oh, oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that was deposited with me. It was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. There's a choice with it. Okay. So, Guttling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Ham, bacon, or salmon. Okay. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Ah, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh my, yes. There's blood on the disc. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me. It belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Or you, take it. Me? If I hang on to it, then they'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Music box disc has been entered to the court record. You there, in the black library? Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars. What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Have a look at the disc. Metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music which remains unidentified is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. Have a little look at it. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch, just thinking about it hurts. And puts me off eating radish. Ah. Poor McGilded. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck to the reverse side of the disc. Look. A scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. Oh my god. I keep yawning. I'm so sorry. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is Mr. Naruhodo, a name I shall never forget, as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Music box disc information has been updated in the court record. Alright. I might just have a very quick break. Because we're at 2 hours. I will be back in a couple minutes. Everyone go have a stretch and stuff. Alright, right back. Alright, I'm back. How is everyone? Put a jumper on because I'm actually kind of cold tonight. I wonder what the temperature is actually. I'm curious. Welcome back, thank you. 19 degrees. Probably not cold enough for a jumper, but I don't know, I was feeling kind of cool. Where's my game? Welcome back, thank you. Did you get up, Lapsod? Did you have a stretch? You're still laying down. That's all good. Alright. Let's talk to these people. What do you got to say? Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. It's 16 here? That's nice and cool. You need pants and a jumper? Yeah, I just put a jumper on, but I feel like I'm gonna get a bit hot. Mr. Windybank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. Look at Mr. Windybank watching diligently over his shop. There are so many things I'm curious about, but somehow I don't really feel like this is the right time to be browsing. Calming this fraught situation must be our first priority, and I'm fairly certain that we can find just the great thing we need among these articles here in the shop. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. What can we do? Can we look at the security camera? Oh, we can speak to Sholmes. He's still just there. Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. I like how Sholmes is just in the corner playing with a, what's it called? Stereograph. Is that what it was? Eating chocolate. Or caramel. So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but I was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. I love him. I love him so much. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. I want caramel too, Danny-kun. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my interferences are correct. Oh, inferences is what he said? Oh, I'm sure. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again. My dear madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much I could pawn it for? It seems Mr. Sholmes had another of his flashes of inspiration, but who knows if it will help resolve the situation between Mr. Strayed and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Oops, I clicked something. We're doing whatever that option was. Well, Mr. Strayed, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Why the blue blazes? Where the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be here to help. Straight. I fucking love that animation so much. When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. Who, pray tell, are you? Good night, Wild Rose and Joe. Have a good sleep. Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How... He's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just what do you think you are, sir? Just who do you think you are? Ah yes, as I hoped. That's precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Yeah. Topic 1. Mystery Man's Aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured into this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you in the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch in your person, exhibits an uncontrovertible contradiction. Oops. What utter rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of the walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule. I guess that's how you pronounce it, to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wood tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But, of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. It's the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? Made me choke laughing at that. And now, having determined the undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. The true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. You are the biggest himbo. I love you. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. Or we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason would I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's a simple reason. There's an ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what motive a man to infiltrate. Let us consider what motive a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council note on the counter, which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. The letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjourns another, one that runs under the bank of the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very much close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devise a masterful plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault in the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with the Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us what we need to know. Postcard from the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently, in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating. Oh my god. Reading games make me yawn. It is the theft of which sits on the vault of the bank. The special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so I kept it under your hat, please. So keep it under your hat, please. Charms, you are the biggest himbo. I love him. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbrokering puzzle. Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true that you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly in fact. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man is a criminal. But if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault, if he is a criminal as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed his secret. Oh. And if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windbank will. He already has plenty of shovels there after all. Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be so sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Even he knows he's fucking dumb. I love him so much. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo. You know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to the great deduction again. Let's see if we can massage it into shape. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Ah, Bum, thank you for the host. Why you no host? First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you in the street. But that is most certainly a lie. Oh my god, I'm so done with yawning. That is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, that brought you to the shop in the first place. It's the staff recruitment flyer. I don't think that's right. So by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. Question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Oh. Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline, April 15th. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of a piece of paper?
Take that!
Oh my god, I keep yawning, I'm so sorry. Yes, what brought you into the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing in the sketch on the reverse of the flyer Oops. Pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery here. Ah. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Winterbank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutch in your person exhibits an incontrovertible Incontrovertible. I said it fine last time. My brain is just dying with this one. Incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course... It like fucking highlights it and everything. What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement? Yes, exactly, and Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't, although the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Look here, Miss Usato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So, Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials of this cane, obviously. Oh. AG? Why does it feel as though it's not quite right?
Take that!
Contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yeah, in a most possessive manner you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you had that cane for years. Gah. So don't try and tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Does he rip his suit because it doesn't fit? I'm assuming that's what that noise is. He's gonna have a big rip down the back. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you had inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Oh my god, I am sick of yawning. Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. Posture check. Thank you, Nova. How did you know? How did you know? Thank you. I am now sitting upright. and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description. You're checking out of this assignment, it's just sad. Are you having trouble, Diva? How much is left? Which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Did it rip? Did it rip? It did! There it is.
Take that!
Not much left, you just find it draining. Take some time to do something else and return to it later if you can. Yeah, have a little break. Have a little break, get a snack. Refresh your brain. The split scene, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Oh my god, I'm so sick of yawning. It's getting so bad. I'm so sorry, everyone. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed? To abscond with the redeemed item. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in a proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't read French. Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council note on the counter which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it in another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. But the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Notelet. I'm gonna imagine that. Look at this, Miss Susato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winterbank must take note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And in an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear. I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see. I want to see the dog. Show me the dog. Show me the dog. I wonder whose dog that is. You think it's a staff member's dog?
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes it down the response uttered in a notelet that he has in hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? You want to marry Himberlock? It is increasingly apparent that you were present at the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside, then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank. When the diligent broker made note of the watchword in his common... and as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word Professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Oh my god, I'm so done with yawning. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us what we need to know. The articles were talking about the overcoat and the music box disc that were in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Winterbank isn't even worth a penny. And yet, this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Would we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. I guess it's this. Yeah, because it has
Take that!
a note on the back. You see, this music box disc tells... You see, this music box disc tells us all what we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, "For McGilded." Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, aren't you? Or perhaps his subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat you've squeezed yourself into. Your true identity remained shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear, the reason you came to this pawnbrokery today. Scruples. Was to retrieve an article left behind the late Magnus McGilded. We got him. Scruples. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Yeah, we solved it. Yay! What a joy. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Sisato. Well, according to what Mr. Winterbank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been the 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m, I see. What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th of February. Was he already dead? Is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. That was the day that Mr. McGilded was arrested. Interesting. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You're of course at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however... Oh, he got a fucking gun! I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? What do I do, guys? What do you guys want me to do? Hang on, I will save. You're getting Spamton vibes? Throw a banana at him. I'm gonna say no first and see what happens. There are some things a man must protect at all cost. This may be one of those things. Then again, it may not.
Hold it!
Hold it. Oh, he's got a gun too! Mr. Winterbank. This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life. God, get it together, man. Mr. Winterbank, no. That's not who you meant to be aiming the gun at. What the fuck? Alright, that's enough. The police! Inspector Gregson. Yay! I guess each answer probably led to this. Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. We got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be, you're here at last. Was a moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Winterbank, I've very nearly met with his end. Fish and chippies! Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. I would like some fish and chippies in a cone. Then the whole of Britain could have met its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is this case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Oh, he's getting away. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat officer too. Sir. Oh, thank God his fish and chips are alright. Oh, thank God. There's been a spat of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we've fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Wonder if he puts vinegar? I know like a curry sauce or something is quite popular in the UK with their fish and chips. But yeah, vinegar is yum. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? Wait, does everyone know that Runosuke is just always sad about his boyfriend? I'll be taking that whatever it is of Mr. McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. Banner's sitting on you? You have been blessed, Maho. So hand it over. Oh yes, of course. No, don't. Don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGilded has to be taken as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Our husband, not boyfriend? It's true. Okay. And so, we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and we were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. At the end of that chapter. Yay! Fana's blocking the TV, no! Alright, I'll play a little bit of this next chapter. I don't think I'm going to play through all of it, because I'm actually very tired. 15th of April, Baker Street. April. Did I say April? 15th of April? See, that's why I ate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take your stuff from you. Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scamper. Always pays off giving people the look like you ate them. Can't help but feeling this is going to get you into serious trouble one day. I always look at people like I hate them, but it doesn't get me anything. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind. The music box disc? But Mr. Winterbank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare. Think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Winterbanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank. That disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else. Something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Yeah, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So, what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. No tar. Oh. Why would I come around your place, eh? Have you lost your ed or something? Aww. She's kind of tsundere. Or maybe just completely Sun. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help but wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guests at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Miss Sister. Until later, then. What has he got for her? Ah, Susie and Bruno. Come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thanks so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. Hee you'll never guess. Looking at those little eyes of hers shining. Look at those little eyes of her shining. Oh dear. Is it awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny, isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yes, it's wonderful news. Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruto? I like how Rinosuke is just like, oh fuck yeah, pickpocketing. Why? By the way, Iris, what is Mr. Sholmes up to? Ellie? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Helly does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it. I wonder where her real parents are. What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right? How? How did you... Hehe, oh Runo, I can read you like a book. This girl is dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial I invited her back here and we had dinner together. Now we're the best of friends. Oh, hehe, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her in the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley. Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited. I just hope she does actually come. I'm sure you've been wondering, why is it that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind that, and where are your real parents? My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say Ian Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mystery cases together. She didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what the metal chest over there. Wait, what? That's what's in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Did it go full circle? I think so. Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So, Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And you found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone. You can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learnt from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Iris's father, who went to some distant land. and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. I'm surprised it took this long for the characters to make a connection about it. But that's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Miss Susato. Yes? Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna know more about that swan lady. Because I feel like basically every case has been kind of left partly unfinished. Like every case in this game. Except the second one, which... Wait, no. Yeah, because it was something about... I don't know. Something about something seemed connected. I can't remember the specifics, but every case has left things sus at the end and not fully complete. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Eek, Mr. Sherms. Something about something. Sounds good, yep. I have such a terrible memory, which is pretty obvious if you've ever hung out in my stream, but like, I literally can't remember any of the details in any of the cases we've done. But for some reason I can remember the other Ace Attorney games really well. Maybe my memory is just getting shit as I'm getting older. I don't retain any information that's just told to me. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? It may also be because I'm playing these like in such sporadic parts, like it'll be like a week break between them as well, instead of like maybe a day or two. So I instantly forget. Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? Wonder if reading it out loud is also affecting your ability to remember? Maybe. I'm glad you remember the old games. I don't remember all the details, but I at least remember kind of like who did it and like what the twist was and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I still kind of remember it in this game, but like I don't remember all the small details of this case that I've literally just played. Save me dang life, you do. It has been a long time since I've played Ace Attorney 2 and 3 though, so we'll see. We'll see. Well, no matter now, so how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really? Do tell me, Mr. Sherms, is your violin unscathed? My violin? Whatever you're talking about, my dear madame. Is he okay? Is Mr. Sherms okay? He's like me. Speaking of can't remember shit. Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilden's disc. Oh my. Then what's it doing here? Heh. You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well even be more adept at larceny. Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'll be your pickpocketing assistant. Object permanence is something you struggle with so bad? What is object permanence? And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever get caught. Right. Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just going to pretend this is a conversation that never happened, I think. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist in your brain. That is fair. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. That sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I put something down and it's just gone. Legit. I feel that. I'll be taking that whatever it is of Mr. McGilder down the yard, thank you very much. I hand it over. Oh yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. Oh, he's big brain. He's big brain. Why does he have multiple caramel bars? That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have all made an image on the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will and never without a high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea. None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Bruno? Didn't we have to do something with a music box in fucking last window? You checked the Discord and saw Bana? I want to see Bana. I want to see. Oh, Bana. Bana's so beautiful. I love her. I want to give her a big smooch on the head. Her ears are so fluffy. I love her. What a good girl. Why? Why is it cursed? Why is it cursed? Oh. Inside a music box there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances, fucking whatever, on it. Oh, the last window music box, yes. I was like, why is Barna cursed? Yeah, that was such a weird, like, how does that puzzle even work? That's insane. But over time, a new type of player was produced which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There's no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's Hurley for you, always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely, all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Thought her very young about ear and paw touching. Does she like it, Maher? Magnus McGilded, not a name I expect to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. She tolerates it? Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Like is a strong word. Fair enough. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilden's innocence. His intolerance! Mr. McGilden's innocence in the trial. The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Aris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windybank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in the storeroom, were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as insensate as I was. No! No, Diva. But yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windybank's storeroom gathering dust. My dear madame, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be an occasional mix-up caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Wait, why does she know the title? What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said The Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Miss Susato is such a grand fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Runo, The Hound of the Baskervilles, has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Windybank's? And yet, how could Susie have known the title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Oh, she came. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. No, wait. Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Oh, they all look so concerned. Oh yes, just wait there, Ginny. I'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come on in. What say you some Mendelssohn? I won't take a no for an answer. What is Mendelssohn? Meddlesome it is then. You want to marry him? Oh, baby. Meow. Love it. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. I'm sus. What's gonna happen? They can't just have a happy evening without something sus. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking is truly divine, and I feel as though I can hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sherm's violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Sorry. Naruhodo-san, can I consult you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Susato-san? It's about the telegram I received. Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from Lord Chief Justice's offices. Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no. That won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I am very sleepy, Maho. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. I am sus. Knocking. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends. Ah, Iris. Hello again. And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learnt so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Oh, she fucking stole it. Wait, what? That's mine. Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I wonder if I could have looked at my court record before she came in if I didn't have it. I'm curious. I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. So anyway, here. You can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Haha. Assholes. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris, not at all. I don't know what all this is about really, but It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So, I've never really met him. Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean. Oh? How? I don't really know. It must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, I showed the manuscript to Hurley. He turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say, not now, so please, do not ask me. You have to lurk while you go drive and get Chris. If you're not back before you're done, thank you for stream. That's all good, Maho. I'll probably be ending very soon. So I hope you have a good night. Say hello to Chris. Yes, drive safe. Alright then, I won't. But do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. Keep yawning. That's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Winterbank, is it? Isn't it? Yes. Ellie said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But he can't be pulling the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me? I realize that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did, never have. Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us. From the minute we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. That's why you're a pickpocket. Nah. Diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. what it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But Avon listened to what Iris just said. It sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had 'em, you don't feel like you always wanted to meet 'em. It's true. I do want to see Daddy. So much. Oh, Iris. Fuck, this is gonna make me cry. I can't believe they fucking know he's dead. And they're not even gonna say it. That's... If they keep that a secret from her, that's horrible. Like, if she finds out that they always knew. That's horrible. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that mental script or whatever, right? What happened? Iris's father was like the first victim in the first trial we did in the game. The first case. But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really in old Windybank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. No, Iris doesn't know. She thinks her father's just in a faraway land. And it was like, we should drop the subject earlier. We were talking to her about it, and then they made the connection, and then Naruhodo and Susato were like, we should drop the subject. Yeah. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Huh. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling ya, that mantle script at Windybank's, you'll soon see if you add a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar, like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. I want to protect her too, Diva. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh, yes please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris. It's sure easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed's empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. But I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Ah, she's off to get the manuscript. Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Winterbank's... Oh no. It's simple. If that story was really in old Winterbank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. Gina have gone. It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Miss Susato. Can't fucking end the stream now. This is, like, exciting. I wanna know. The door to Winterbanks is open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? I know, Danny-kun. Come on, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. When we find out what's happening, I will end. There's no one here. Oh yes. There is. Oh no. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Sholmes. What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them, go. Right. Whoa. Can't believe Mr. Sholmes fucking died. Last. I've lost them. Hello, hello. What have we here? The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winterbanks.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
We don't have a key. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's Gina!
Oh wow. Wait, we got a chapter end? That was like quite a short chapter. But I guess it's a good end point. Suspense. All right. Yeah, great timing, hey. Yay, alright, let's find someone to raid. Alright. Who we got online? Oh, hey Alkan, how you doing? Sorry, I'm only just ending. I saw your message earlier, but I have been busy today. I'll work on them as soon as I can. You were just lurking? That's all good. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, I'll definitely go check them out. Alright, Ripple's still going. How about we raid into her? She doesn't look like she's finishing up or anything. Alright. You guys want to copy taxi raid beep beep as we go through? Thanks for streaming, that's all good. Night night. Good night everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. Next stream is on Friday. What was I gonna play? I forget what my plan was for Friday. I'll work it out. Friday, mystery stream. Who knows? What will I decide? Who the fuck knows? Anyway. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yes, Thursday. Thursday is Ace Attorney as well. On Maho's channel. Hang on. Oh, thank you, Bumfluff. Yeah, on Magical Girl Plays channel, we're going to be playing Ace Attorney 2. I think we're going to be starting at 7 PM Brisbane time this week instead of 8 PM. Yeah. Yeah, go follow Maho. Alright. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys on Thursday on Maho's channel or Friday on my channel. Alright. Good night. Bye-bye.